Hey, it's Stuart Sutton here at Georgetown, Texas Real Estate. Hope you're having a great day. Georgetown, Texas is a fantastic place to live, and the real estate market is pretty good too. We saw some changes in 23 that, well, going to be kind of a surprise to some people. If you're thinking about buying or selling in Georgetown, Texas, you might want to take a look at this short video. Hey, fellow Georgetown, Texas homeowners. Georgetown, Texas does perform differently than the Austin area as a whole. A lot of people try to lump it all up together. A lot of people try to lump it all up in Williamson County. Well, guess what? It performs differently than Round Rock or Cedar Park or Leander. And I'm going to show you in detail what happened in Georgetown, Texas in 23. Now, keep in mind that 22 was an odd year. Half of it was that what I call frenzied market, over asking, lots of offers. And then the last half was kind of shifting back to normalcy. We're still shifting a little bit, as you'll see, but let me jump into this and show you what I'm talking about. First of all, the sheer number of home sales dropped about 15, nearly 16%. Now, this is indicative of what's going on everywhere. However, we're in a little better shape than most markets. Across the country, you'll see as much as 40% sales drops. Now, 15, 16% is certainly felt by buyers, sellers, agents, of course, but it's certainly not as dramatic as other areas. And this is really the case with Central Texas in just about any environment. Back in 08, when things went down so hard, we did go down, but not nearly as much as the rest of the country. So let's continue to take a look here. The average price of a home in Georgetown, Texas fell to about 5% less than in 22. Now, that is not bad. When I say that's not bad, you may go, wait a minute, my value fell? Well, you received an incredible increase the year before, or during that 18 to 20 month period from about November of 20 to June, July of 22, you got an incredible run up of equity. So a little bit of slippage when the market started shifting is not unexpected. It wasn't a huge drop, only about 5%. So if you went up 50% and lost 5%, that's not a bad place to end up. My expectation is that 24 will probably see this turn around so that we're not seeing a decrease. Not 100% sure, but that's kind of what my expectation is. Days on the market has increased as well. About 84 days is what we're seeing. 84 days seems a little bit long compared to that really crazy market, but it's really not that bad. A normal market is actually slightly longer than that for average days on market. But this is sitting really where you can expect to sell quite a few homes, the ones that are priced well, that are priced right, that show well, in that few weeks, 30, 40-day time period. And some will last a little bit longer. And it's not uncommon to see homes last. I've sold some beautiful homes in 4 or 5 months in 23. So it's just not unexpected to see this go a little bit longer than what you were used to the previous couple of years. But if you compare this to other good real estate market years in Georgetown, you'll see that it compares favorably. Now, the list to sell ratio is really kind of exciting if you ask me. It's at about 97%. That is a normal market statistic. In a normal market, we'll see about a 6-month supply of homes, and we'll see about 97% list to sell ratio. What that means is that's what a buyer is willing to pay compared to asking price. Let's make it easy. House is worth $1 million. You're going to get $970,000 on the average. You might be one of those who gets asking price, or you might be one of those who gets a little bit less. 97 is the average. Now, that did drop from 22 because, of course, 22 sellers were getting right about asking, actually slightly above. But that was because of that frenzied market during the first half of 22. Now, there are some areas that aren't getting the 97%. So 97% is not bad. Now, this is where you're seeing something that is not unexpected and that you're hearing about. Everyone keeps saying prices are dropping, prices are dropping. Well, they are, but what you're seeing most of all is asking prices dropping. So asking prices are at about 93.47, 93.5%. That's a little more than typical. So all the homes on the market, in order to reach contract, on average, were lowered by about 6.5%. That's higher than typical. And I think the reason for that is because prices. When someone initially goes in the market, they're expecting this great price because of that equity run up, that value run up they got during that time. Then they realize, well, maybe we can't quite get this much, and they edge that price down. So we're seeing 93.5% is about where we're ending up before we go into receiving an offer and negotiating. So think about this. The original asking price, on average, now some don't drop at all, but on average is dropped about 6.5%, and then about 3% off that for negotiating. So those together, that's about 9.5%. Again, that's an average. You certainly could do better, and here's how you do better. One of the ways to get around that: homes with no price change. In other words, they went on the market, did not change their price, received an offer, negotiated, and closed. Those homes sold higher, they sold closer to asking, and they sold faster. Why? Well, because they were priced properly to begin with. They didn't try to get a higher price. Now, here's my philosophy. It's your house, it's your money. You can try a higher price if you really want to try to maximize and be aggressive, but understanding that if the market didn't respond to it, you'll edge down your price. Well, in the end, you'll end up taking lesser money, statistically, than if you had priced where it should have been to begin with. That's statistics, it's facts. It's that way pretty much every year, no matter what kind of market we're in. So people who price their homes appropriately to begin with typically end up making more. I know it sounds contrarian, but a lower price often makes you more money. And that's been true throughout my career. It's a hard thing to get your arms around, but it's a matter of fact. Now, here's a stat I always look at that a lot of agents don't. I actually have found very few agents who are even familiar with it. The success ratio talks about a market and what the success is within that market. So if 100 homes go on the market, for example, and 80 of them close, that's an 80% success ratio, right? Sorry, I think a bee just flew past me. Anyway, in 23 compared to 22, we saw 33% more homes removed from the market. We actually saw fewer homes added to the market. So that means that inventory was a little tighter than typical. But removed from the market, we had 33% more removed from the market than in 22. And here's why. I believe a lot of people tried that high price to see if they could get that really pie in the sky price. They couldn't get it. They took the homes off the market. This is, again, goes back to that issue. If you price right to begin with, you'll end up doing better, selling faster. Now, I popped another short video up here. If you're thinking about selling your home, should you remodel or not? Well, this answers that question. Take a look. Hope you enjoy. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing. I'll see you in the next video.